Hey folks, in this short video I'm going to show you how you can create a very simple Hello World project using Subquery. This is the Subquery website here, where you can see that Subquery is here to power the next generation of polka dot dApps. What Subquery provides is a service to index, transform and also persist decentralized data so that decentralized apps or dApps can query it faster. Subquery provides a set of tools for you to generate your own project. You can also upload your project and let Subquery manage and run your project on production-based infrastructure as well. And there's also an explorer where you can view other people's projects, and there's a network coming soon. So the first thing we want to do is let's open up Terminal, and there are a few prerequisites required. The first one is Yarn. Let's go and double check my version. I've got that installed already, and I've also got Docker installed. There we go, which I'll be using to run everything in a very simple container. It makes this very quick and easy. So if you don't have this installed, you'll want to do this first. The other prerequisite is the actual Subquery command itself, and you can see that I don't have this installed. So go into the website, go into the documentation page, clicking on Quick Start Guide, you'll see that I want to run this command here, yarn global add subquery CLI. So let me do this. Let's go yarn global. There we go. Now if I double check and go subquery-v again, you'll see that it's been installed. Now the next command I want to run is, let's go and create a starter project using a very simple subql init -- starter, and then we're going to give this project a name. So let's go subql hello world, for instance. I'm going to get asked a series of questions, many of which I can leave blank or accept the default. Now authors is mandatory, so let me put in a value there and start this up. And there we go, hello world is ready. Now what has this done? Well, if I go ahead and look at the folder in Visual Studio Code, you can see that it's created a source folder. There are some mapping files in here. There's a Docker Compose, a package.json, and even a schema.graphql. So this is all provided out of the box with some sample code which we'll get up and running in this very quick example. So let's first cd into the Subquery folder like this, and the first thing we'll do, as always, is yarn install, and this is going to look at the package.json file, see what the dependencies are, and download them. There are quite a few dependencies, so this may take a couple of seconds or minutes depending on your internet connection. So sit tight and I'll catch you back soon. Okay, so that was done, installing all the dependencies. Next up, we want to run a command called yarn code gen. What this does is it takes the schema GraphQL file and converts it into code, in other words, TypeScript. Next, we want to go ahead and run the yarn build command. What this will do is it will create a distribution folder or dist folder, like so. If I run this, you'll see a new folder appear on the left hand side. There you go, dist, and this folder is all built, it's optimized, ready for deployment. The next step after this is we're going to run Docker, and we're going to run the pull command. And what this will do is grab various images called Postgres, Subquery Node, and GraphQL Engine and make it available in our container. And you can see this in the Docker Compose YAML file. We've got Postgres, subquery node, and the GraphQL engine. So once we've pulled these images, let's go Docker up. And what this will do is start Docker and initialize the node and start synchronizing to the Polkadot mainnet blockchain. So you can see here Postgres is initializing. GraphQL engine is initializing. And you can see here that it's having trouble connecting to the Polkadot endpoint. So sometimes when you see this error, it's best just to stop the container. And let's run it again. And here you can see it's starting to fetch blocks from 1 to 100, 101 to 200. So the second time that we started this, it completed successfully. So let's go ahead now into our browser. And what we want to do here is go to localhost 3000, which will open up the playground. Now, the query that we want to run, let me copy this from Notepad here, and let me hit run. What I'm doing is I'm going to query the nodes for the last 10 results using the field 1 identifier, and I'm going order by field 1 ascending as well. So I run this, and you can see what gets returned is 13, 43, 44, 45. These are the blocks in the mainnet Polkadot network. So if I run play again, you can see it changes to 1661, again 1775. So at the moment, you can see the blockchain is being synchronized, and it'll take about 2 days and 15 hours for full synchronization. So you can see here what we've done is use Docker as a container to spin up a node, to download or synchronize with the Polkadot mainnet blockchain, and we've been able to, through subquery, go ahead and talk to the blockchain, grabbing the block height. Now this is a very simple example, and we'll go ahead and extend this example in future videos. But there you have it, a very quick example of how to get subquery up and running using a Docker container.